feeling like I'm academics.
You can hear me, TJ?
I bet.
Yeah. All right, Ed, you
what's up,
can
y'all?
continue. Hang on,
Hey,
let Ed finish.
all right, huh?
I don't know. I pretty much finished. I was just saying that I actually forgot. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a question for you, Ed. It's Primo.
Oh. By the way, no. I was saying in 20 years, if I had to make a bet right now, and I am a betting man, in 20 years, do I think they're gonna be cool? I wouldn't say, oh hell nah. I think now in the immediate, I think if they see each other, there's gonna be violence. Right now, violence. But in 20 years, when they're gonna be the most successful guys in hip hop, bar none. This era is gonna be defined by Drake and like Drake is like LeBron and like Kendrick is like Carmelo Anthony. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Stop it, Ag.
Nah, for real. All right. Not Carmelo. Let me see. He's like James Harden. Yeah, James Harden. No, he's James Harden. It's
he's Kawhi Leonard. He's Kawhi Leonard,
fuck
bro.
Drake up.
Hell not. Yo, you're trying to call. Yo, Kendrick is Steph Curry. Steph Curry got this.
Drake the beach, my nigga. You gotta be Steph Curry.
Bro, Steph Curry got the same amount of rings as LeBron. No. Yeah. Kendrick, if you want to say, okay, Kendrick had one great moment, that's it, buddy. So whatever that guy is, maybe he's Kawhi.
James Harden is a choke artist. Got no ring. You gotta give him at least a nigga that
Leonard. They're both from LA. They both got.
What about Kawhi? You give him Kawhi. Kawhi.
Yeah, he's Kawhi. He's literally Kawhi.
No, he more so KD. He had to team up to get a ring, and then he got one ring with them.
He got his one little thing. He got more than one ring. He's quiet. Kawhi is quiet. It's perfect.
Nah, he is Kawhi. He's Kawhi.
It's perfect. They got the same initials. Kendrick Lamar, Kawhi Leonard. He's Kawhi.
He might
quiet
be
ass.
Not giving him too much credit. He's Muggsy Bogues. Let's be honest. He dunked one time. That's it. He's Muggsy. He dunked one time.
Yo, Ak, I got a question for you, bro.
What up?
It's like a question how you feel about, Drake music. Basically, like, do you feel like Drake's biggest curse was that he made too relatable music for so long that now it makes people project their feelings onto him? And I got one more question, but I want to know how you feel about that.
That's true. I mean, I felt I knew his music and what I could expect from him and how he was supposed to, approach certain records, that when he dropped For All the Dogs and he was like crying over motherfucking like, what's her name again? Baby M, like breaking his heart. I'm like, nah, that's not For All the Dogs. For All the Dog is like some fuck these bitches type of shit, not on some, it's my fault. Like, I'm like, yo, what do you mean it's your fault, Drake? Like, you're the guy. But yeah, so of course his relatability in music has made fans feel entitled. Fans feel like we know exactly how he should be position himself on every record, and it's gonna come with disappointments too, because you sometimes feel like Drake more than Drake, right? And that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to be like kind of like knowing too much, because at the end of the day, and I remember I even had a conversation with him. This is right after the Ben thing, and he was trying to just say, Ak, I know you don't want to know what's on the album, but what Ben said, it was a bunch of bars, this and third. Now, that's not necessarily the case. There is a lot. He's trying to tell me like it's multifaceted. It's a Drake album, and what I said to him, I said, all right, that's good. And he said, yo, bro, also, I'm not testing out records. So there's these people who constantly think he's leaking stuff to test. He's like, no, bro, I'm not trying to A&R with the public. And I said to him, I said, that's good. But the most important thing is for you to know that no matter, even if, which I am the biggest Drake fan, I said, you're the artist, right? And no one is going to know what the people like, even the people themselves, more than the artist. Because you're the people, you're the person who got the people as your fans. Like, you made whatever music you made, then we became fans. We didn't pick you as the artist we're going to like and force you to make the songs we wanted. It was the other way around. So you always got to trust the artist. And I kind of lean back to that when it comes to like how relatable his album is. So, we got to just trust, you got to trust the artist.
The second thing I wanted to ask you is, now, I hear people say like Drake has lost introspectiveness. He's not introspective. And then they give it to Kendrick or just other artists, right? And my whole thing is like, I know about Courtney from Hooters on Peachtree and what they text about after they left the restaurant. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like there's nobody as introspective. And I feel like people, they like get at Drake for being like open like that, but then they reward other artists and then they say he's not introspective. Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah.
It just don't make sense to me.
Okay, no, I'm glad you said that. So this is one of the most interesting things about introspection, right? How do we accuse the guy who's the most open, the most vulnerable in his music of lacking introspection? And then you get to realize it's the same issue that we just talked about before. What people want from Drake in terms of introspection is because they've bought into his music so much, how they would react to this battle, they want Drake to react to, right? So Drake is telling you exactly how he feels. He feels betrayed. He feels this. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear Drake saying, yeah, I'm at my lowest point. That's what they want to hear. That's the level of introspection they want. They want Drake to basically fold and basically say, hey, I lost everything. I am nothing. I lost the battle. I've lost my way. I am not me anymore. Because that's what they think of Drake. You know why? Because they see him talking about this lifestyle that they can't really relate to no more. They see Drake, he's still making music for the women. They see Drake collabing with Yeet, and they're losing track of, identifying with every moment of Drake. So they want Drake to basically come to their level of, hey, you're right. I've lost my way. Like, you're right. This money's getting to my head. Yo, you're right. I should settle down. Not because he's not saying what you want him to say means he's not being introspective. The guy he's laying the shit down bare bones on this album, talking about how surprised, how shocked, how his mindset exactly is. He's very honest with it. It's just that people want to hear what they want him to be honest and say or sound like. Oh, no, I want you to finally admit, like when Joe says, oh, you need to grow up. He wants a Drake that says, you know what? I'm realizing I'm just turning 40 and I need to have a family. That's not Drake's mind. Like, being introspective is not saying what you want him to say. Nigga, you go say it. It's being honest to yourself. You get what I'm saying?
I hate how we pick and choose. We pick and choose because it's like we let Michael Jackson wear sequins forever. Like, we didn't have a problem with that. We didn't tell him to grow up. Like, that's just where it throws me off. Like, I don't know.
Hey, 25, your turn, man.
It's absolutely a fact.
Yo, what's good? Big Ak, man? Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
So I have a comment and a question. So the comment is, I love these Q&As, and whenever you're doing these like 30-day challenges and you're running out of topics, you could just do chat Q&A, and that'll still count towards, your 30-day counter.
Yeah, we definitely got to subsidize it a little bit once we get on the road for that.
But here's my question for you. And I'm saying this because, just letting everyone know, I am equally both a big fan of Kendrick and Drake.
So you're a K-Bot.
I want to ask the question that nobody seems to know in the industry, and I want to know if you know this.
Okay.
Like, what is the true reason of the whole 20 versus, Drake thing? Like, did you ever find out the actual truth? Because nobody, including Kendrick, is saying anything about it.
So, I feel like we talked about these things before. They've just kind of subsided. A lot of people had pent-up animosity for Drake for whatever reason. He didn't give me a song. He didn't whatever. Like, let me ask you a question. Not to even pick on 1900 Rugrat, but apparently you hear him in his own words say he was, he was waiting on Drake to give him a verse. Drake didn't give him a verse. Now he's saying Drake stole the song, right? Do you think if Drake gave him a verse, he would be online saying Drake stole the song or not? What do you think?
Nope.
Exactly, right? So if we look at all these other situations, let's go to Rick Ross. How many times does Rick Ross ask for a verse or yo, when we gonna get another one in? Or, yo, listen, yo, my album coming up. I need that. Keep in mind, we're in the business. These guys, well, not even these guys, every artist, you got to get an advance for your album. You need to make people feel excited to spend money that you don't flop. They open up budgets when they know you have a significant feature. Like, without giving out, like, this is before Yachty and Drake became friends that much. And he knows I'm not lying about this. I remember seeing Yachty at Complex Con. Yachty pulls me to the side. He says, yo, Ak, I got a Drake feature. And he's like, no, he didn't have the Drake feature. He said Drake promised him he was going to do a song for him. And he said, yo, yeah, he didn't do it yet. And I said, yo, bro, hit him back. And he was just like, bro, I don't want to be too pushy. It was like, yo, bro, hit him back. He's like, yo, I was supposed to drop my album already. I don't know if it was supposed to, but he basically said he pushed his album back. But he's not trying to rush Drake on a feature, but he clearly wants the feature. Obviously, Drake ends up doing it. It becomes Oprah's bank account, right? But
Yeah.
do you understand how an artist at that point, he's pushed his whole album back, which means partially his album is hinged on what Drake is going to do for him, right? With all due respect. By the way, they got a great friendship now. But I'm trying to tell you how maybe some of these, like I've heard some of these stories, and it's really little things. I heard the Roddy Ricch thing is that Roddy Ricch wanted to put out a song. I could play the song now. It got leaked. Drake says, I don't like putting out a song that's leaked. Let's get a new one in. Roddy's like, yo, bro, I'm coming off the box. This is my next album. I need something. We need to get one in now. It's not on Drake's time. And I'm not defending Drake here because maybe Drake is like, kind of also dragging his feet. Maybe he is a fuck nigga in terms of like promising something and not doing it, right? Maybe he says, oh, we're definitely going to do it. And you get people waiting around. So people kind of develop kind of like, yo, like, fuck this guy. Like, damn, this guy, he's at the top of the game. We're kind of like waiting hand and feet on this guy. And he's kind of like brushing us off whenever he wants to. Now, is he allowed to do that? It depends on how you feel. How should he do that? It depends on how you look at all these situations. Then we get to another situation. Okay, all right, cool. Well, Drake plays a dirty game. He's like a sniper, 10 snipe commandments, all that type of stuff. He's trying to smash dudes' girls out here. Or he has smashed dudes' girls. You know what I mean? He'll see like, X, Y, and Z girl, she's whatever. He'll fucking have her in Toronto, act like he about to like, do some music. He's piping her out. You know what I mean? As somebody's wifey, whatever the case is, he's just kind of like playing Monopoly on a bigger level. And yeah, people start kind of feeling like, damn, bro, like, what's up with that? Right? Like, we see all these guys, they're really sensitive over their girls. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I felt like people would have never brought to light of harboring certain feelings. And at the moment they felt like he took a direct headshot, they jumped out and applauded who they believe were the shooter, or at least was actively in applauding the incident happening. And those people now have kind of like just quietly like either gone back, or you see them trying to be like, oh, nah, it wasn't that deep. It was the battle, So there's been a lot of things, but the most thing I can say is that people conveniently jumped out over whatever gripe they had, but in their minds, they have legitimate gripes over years. Damn, why shit? Drake told me we was gonna get one in. Like, I needed this. Like, I told my label I have a Drake feature. Some guys is like, yo, Drake didn't clear the song for me. Some of them is like, yo, they're trying to do business. I heard certain people like they felt like Drake's team when doing business, they're getting jerked around in terms of they're getting bullied because you need Drake. Drake don't need you. So they feel a way. They do the business, but they feel a way. So it all comes to a head when they feel like someone has finally like knocked him down, and you start seeing people pop up. So now it becomes from 3v1 to 20v1.
That's definitely crazy. Now, I got somebody here want to ask you a question. Uber, you got to ask him a question. Yo.
Yo, can you hear me?
It's good.
Mic check, mic check. What up, Ak?
What's good?
Happy belated birthday, gang.
Appreciate it.
It was good seeing you out in New York, bro.
Oh, great.
Yo, I was talking to Fax and VC the other day. Right before one of your head ass mods timed me out, but that's another story. But we was talking about like how if you want a desired outcome, you gotta move specific ways in specific rooms, right? In order to get what you want, even if it's like undesirable, like the ways that you gotta move. If you want desired outcomes. How do you feel Drake is moving now, bro? Even with the music being so fire. Like honestly, Ak, do you think that Drake is still playing defense? Or do you think that he did something on this album that warrants a response from like some of the likes of Kendrick? What you think, honestly?
Well, before I get into any Kendrick conversation, let me just speak overall.
Okay.
We always hear these conversations about rooms and be like, oh, people want to get in these rooms. And you'll even see, like, I still feel like at the highest levels, you get people like J. Cole, even Kendrick. I think they yearn to be in the room that's associated with Jay-Z. I think what Drake has aimed to do and has tried to do over the last couple of years is destroy those rooms. I don't think he wants to be in that league with them. I think he looks down on them. And I think that kind of, it messes up like the normal happenings of the industry, because what most people see as this maturation or getting to that next level is being in those rooms that they claim Jay's in or whatever. And I think Drake is like, the things he's done, I don't want to do them. And I don't feel like I got to go that route. And I don't give a fuck about that route. Matter of fact, I don't give a fuck about him. And it's the most rebellious, route that we've seen before. Like, I think Kanye, to a certain extent, took that route where he's like, listen, I'm not gonna, whatever, like this exclusive, whatever, like, you know, higher power level club y'all have going on, fuck that club. I'm gonna do kind of what I want to do. Except, you know, I think people in the club I'm speaking about is that they were waiting for Kanye to crash and burn, which arguably we could say probably he did, right? Going back to responding, if there is some substance that Kendrick could respond to, absolutely, right? The response is not going to be predicated on these small issues. Of course, he could address it. I think it would be predicated on, you tried and you failed, and you had, it felt like you wanted to be this idea, oh, you're what the culture is feeling, and you did nothing. I think those are two big themes that if I'm Kendrick, I would address, right? Is what you did during the battle ultimately going to be seen as a failure if Drake returns to being the best and top rapper in the game? So even if you want to say you knocked him down for a second, he's back to being exactly what he was before, and may have even became a little bit stronger. How does that play out to you? And maybe he's like, nah, well, the goal was never to eliminate Drake, even though I would probably counter with, well, nigga, why'd you say all them things saying he deserved to die and you're the biggest hater? But I think that's one thing he'll probably try to rebuttal to. And
with them allegations, bro, they had to try to eliminate him with those type of allegations. Like, come on.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kendrick doesn't kind of return the crown to Drake. And he might just be like, you're just a caricature of yourself. You're this pop guy. I still run this shit. I can see Kendrick doing that. Kendrick's a prideful guy. He's not like J. Cole, right? He has a spine. So he's not going to be like, oh, okay, Drake, you so 500K with Iceman, or you're back being the king. I'm pretty sure he's going to be like, he probably was trying a clever way to say, yo, Drake, you aren't, like, you've missed the point. This cultural shit that I control, I'm still the king. That's how I think he would try to approach that. But yeah, no, I think Kendrick could respond to some stuff. I think it would be foolish to drop a diss song. I think if Kendrick's going to respond, he responds in his album. But an album that shouldn't be the fuck Drake album. I think that just would be a bad mistake for him. Nothing that Drake would do. I just think it pigeonholes him into a position that it's just not worthwhile to try to go down that route to like reclaim whatever, you know, title or throne he thinks, you know, maybe Drake is threatening.
Yeah, I know Drake is listening too. I don't know if he gonna like about that return the crown thing. Come on, Act, you got the chain now. Drake always had the crown, gang. Chill.
Well, you gotta remember on the record, Drake said you guys picked that guy as, so I wanted to, like, he got to be tested. Like, Drake literally raps that. Chat, what song is that? Is that Make Him Pay? He basically acknowledges that people, or Make Him Know. He basically acknowledges that people tried. What song was that, chat? I know y'all gonna tell me. That is, come on. Y'all know what song it is. What's the name of the song? We looked at it before. What is it?
Hello?
Oh, is this? Hold on. Okay.
They saying firm friends.
Is what?
I saw somebody say firm friends.
not even a song on there.
Nah, it's let me see. It says make him know it. Yeah, it's make him know. Make him know.
So there's plenty of stuff. I'm gonna let the next speaker go, and I appreciate you giving me some time to talk to you real quick.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of things for Kendrick to respond to, especially like with Drake flowing over all them beats the way he was. But to me, just in my opinion, I feel like I was missing the moment that felt like, yo, Kendrick, you got to address this. That's my only negative or whatever. Like I guess contention with his album. I was waiting for the moment where it's like, oh, this one right here, Kendrick, you gotta respond to.
Yeah, but it's by design, right? Like Drake would probably acknowledge. I have said it before. I think one of the missteps, if we want to call it a misstep, and I will call it a misstep, that he took in a battle is that he shared his platform with the guy who wasn't on his level. And you could have had that guy basically, on push-ups, he says, to even address you niggas, I got to hike down. If he didn't make it where it's like, here's my record. And the thing with a beef is that people hear your response, then they run to go hear the other person's response. So you don't want to give that guy a chance to go, clout chase again with the moment. No, and make his own moment again or try to benefit off your moment. No, because you know what would happen? He would just tease a song for the next 2 weeks and then drop a song and the song will go bananas again because it's going to use and capitalize off all of Drake's hype. So, yeah. No, nah.
Hey, hey, y'all, wait a second. Okay, somebody doing it again. Wait a minute. Hey, look, we got 30 people that's trying to come up. So let's just keep it to one question.
One question. One question. We can cycle around to everyone.
Yeah, I'm trying to get everybody up. So let's just keep it to one.
Yo, can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah, Faye, say your piece right quick.
You can hear me? I just want to ask you. I know you're the biggest Drake fan in the world. Got the chain now. I just want to know, you going to pass the chain down to your son one day?
Say again?
You going to pass the chain down to your son one day?
Pass the chain down to the son is crazy.
What you going to do with
it? Baby Demick.
Did you might as well?
Yeah, baby Demick.
It'll be a family ornament.
Baby chat, a chat baby.
It'll be a family ornament, you know?
You gonna make it an heirloom, huh?
Come on.
That's right.
Yo.
That's all I wanted to ask you, bro.
Imagine later.
Congrats on all your success and everything.
Imagine later, I'm over here sounding like Drake. Yo, why Drake rap? He's like, yo, who sold my OVO chain? They still trying to figure out who did it. Yo, it said my boy sold my chain. Didn't even have the nerve to tell me.
Yeah, that ball was nasty.
Did they try to tag?
He said nefarious. Nefarious.
Yeah, they tagged the nigga on Twitter. You talk about why I gotta be the broker.
Yeah, that was Preem. Preem was like, yo, bro, like, why? And the people don't realize how locked in he is with Preem. Like, Preem is a guy who introduced him to Chubbs, I believe. Preem is P. Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, whatever happened to O.B. Bryant? You remember the white dude he used to rap with?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you got to go on their Instagram page and see what they had.
So my question is, I had two questions at first, but I'm just going to window it down to the better one. And it's, what do you think is the boy's next move? Like, do you think he'll go back to business like it was before, or like?
That's a great question. And I think one that I'm interested in, but I don't. Maybe Drake knows it and he already has his next 12 months planned out. But I think he's probably playing it by ear. I would think he's playing it by ear, but you never know. The level of intricacy and planning he did for this, I wouldn't be surprised if he has like X, Y, and Z kind of like lined up right after this. You know? So I don't know.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out from South Africa, man. Shout out to Big F. Shout out to the chat. My question is, do you think that because this whole rollout was the whole Michael Jackson club, right? But there was also the bracelet, which could be a shot to like Taylor Swift. Could that be him saying that, yeah, I'm the biggest like of all time, because the biggest Michael Jackson from back then, and then Taylor now with the bracelet.
Nah, trust me, I don't think there's no shots to Taylor, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's the opposite. He has tremendous amount of respect for Taylor, and obviously they're gonna compete because they're both artists, but definitely like she's not one of them people receiving a shot. I think he's ecstatic. He's been waiting literally for like 2-3 years to pass Michael Jackson, and it's gonna happen. We're gonna get the announcement on Monday, so I'm happy.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope. Do you think he's gonna drop something for that?
No, but whatever he writes up on Instagram or whatever, I think he's gonna post when everything is finalized for that first week. And that's what I was saying. I haven't talked to him about it necessarily, but I think he's gonna show some appreciation for his fans and like kind of maybe some self-reflection. I wouldn't be surprised if we get like at least half a paragraph, in him basically expressing what it means to him, because he has been chasing this for a while. This is in music terms, it's the equivalent, or basketball terms actually, it's equivalent to LeBron passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the most points. This is the most Billboard #1 songs. Drake is going to own that record by himself, and then he's going to simultaneously break a similar record, but on the album side, the first time that debuted #1, 2, and 3. So, exciting times.
Hey, Percy, you can go right quick, or you got to go back at work.
All right. What up, Act? Happy belated.
Thank you.
One of these days, I will be at your show.
Come on, where you live at?
Huh?
Where do you live?
I was in LA. Now I'm in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. You could have came to the New York show, bro.
Yeah. But when you was your last show, I was in LA. This time, I was in PA. So it's. But I'm gonna make it to one of them. You know what I'm saying? The closer you get around, it's gonna be there. So next time when you in the Carolinas with Wale, when you do one in the Carolinas, I could probably pull up to that one too.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna pick between the Carolinas and like Virginia.
Oh, either way. Okay, so yeah, both of those is like a drive, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my question to you is, and I had to think about all the questions that I wanted to ask, but so I settled with this one. So earlier you talked a lot about Drake's new contract and what what he might be offered, and a lot of talk has been around him getting out of his deal and him being offered more money, independent. Mm-hmm. And my question to you is, with Drake turning 40, and this rollout with all the streamers, bro, the streamers, they wasn't, this was like that moment where like, yo, could he still have a moment with the kids? And even though as a 36-year-old, I'm glad that I felt like Drake finally made an album for our age, and it probably pissed a lot of young people off, like a lot of young streamers. But seeing that he lost that kind of like that explosiveness with the streamers, a lot of streamers, including Blackboy Max, was like, would you like if I'm assessing the risk to investing in this guy, right? Do you think that do you think that it's later going to come back and bite him in the ass if they do invest in this guy independently? Or do you think like, yo, this is Drake got another 10 years in him? Like, being honest, like.
Yeah, so two things. I actually disagree with the streamer's point. I've only seen criticism from two artists, or not two artists, two streamers, which is Platboy Max and Marlon. And
oh no, there's a lot of them. There was like
really?
Somebody even made a whole, there was a bunch that like didn't feel the album. Some of them even said that they felt like they were scared to say they didn't like the album because Drake, kind of like flew them out, and they they kind of like felt indebted to say that it was dope, but they was like, yo, we
Wait,
can't
really?
help but to be honest. Yeah, bro. Yes. I was up during all the streams while you were streaming. I was up watching all the streams. I think Blackboy Max, by the time he got to the end of Habibi, he said that there was no standout song in his opinion. And usually when he listens to Drake, he listens for that one hit that's gonna go, even if the rest of them don't go. And a
So
lot
I've
of them
already
said
said
they
Max.
couldn't.
I guess that's what I'm saying. Like you said, there was a whole bunch. Like I really don't know about anybody than Marvin and Max.
Okay, well, I saw like at least 5, but skipping all that, when it comes to the investing part, do you think that coming up on 40, do you think that anything else that Drake dropped is going to be like? I kind of feel like this is the last hurrah, but I could be wrong. But do you think, as an investor, you would take that bet? Even though he's kind of almost at the end of his rope, the white wrinkles are coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like the attractiveness, like of towards, like bro, he kind of shriveling up a little bit. Like, so I want to know,
Brother, are you like judging his looks? Like, yo,
whoa, just
you're like, yo, my man is not looking too attractive these days. Bro.
No, but what I'm saying is like, because when you're an artist that appeals to like a female crowd or whatever, it's a lot of things that go into that other than just, yo, I keep making music for women. Like, it's like, bro, like people keep listening to Chris Brown, ladies keep listening to Chris Brown, but it's more than just Chris Brown singing the same song every album. It's like, yo, this guy, he does more, he dances, he da 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 da. What does Drake have that's going to make that investment worth it? Like if it was Kanye, it would be like, yeah, he got another 10 years because Kanye makes his beats, Kanye does this, Kanye has every aspect of creativity. And not to bring this guy up, but Kendrick has a wide range of creativity too. He doesn't just show up and rap. He has creative videos. He has all of that. So my thing is, what does Drake have that you think will give him another 10 years? And what, is it a smart investment for an investor to be like, yo, let's pull you from the situation and we'll help you out. Meanwhile, you got your own money and stuff like that. So what do you think?
Okay, so all right, so let me give you, if we're in a business meeting, let me give you the argument for Drake. Why not only he's worth it, he's worth probably way more than you're probably even down to offer. Okay, so if we're gonna start out with age, let's be very clear. Drake is 39 years of age. However, if we look in the top 10 most streamed artists, we have 3 artists that's over 40, right? And the average age of the top 5 is 36. So Drake is only 3 years older than them, right?
No, right, but they there's a lot of artists that are in their 30s that just entered their 30s. But the top 5, I feel like it's not even just Drake. I feel like all of them are nearing their end.
Hold on. We're talking about, remember, this is a business convo. This is not like, I know you switched it to like, yo, is he cute or not? But it's a business convo. So if we're gonna like give a deal out, we need to figure out the metrics. The metrics say there's 10 people, or like we have a top 10 list. It's like we're looking at the NBA. Who's scoring the most? Who's the top 10 guys? And then how do the top 10 people stack up against each other? Drake is not like 50 and everybody else is in their 30s. Drake is still in his 30s. Taylor Swift, 36. The Weeknd, 36. They're going on 37, by the way. Bad Bunny is actually the youngest one. He's actually 32. We have Eminem, who still is a top 10 streamer. He's over 40. Kanye's over 40. Again, if we're looking at age and who would be worth that money, you got to remember, this is not the NBA. It's not the NBA where you're like, you know what, this guy's going into his prime, so let's give him $1 billion. They pay you off what you've done, and what the numbers could feasibly say is going to happen. So you already have to be in the top 10 to get offered the type of money Drake is going to want to ask. And all I'm saying is, with
an artist that relies on new sound, new artists that he could kind of like usher into the next generation, like Lil Yachty helped him usher into a new crowd of people. With this album, it kind of felt like he hit his end of people he can pull to bring on the new wave of what music is going to sound like. You see what I'm saying? And so with an artist like that, and there's nobody, like I feel like there's nobody like up and coming that I feel like Drake would even want to like pull anything from, because at this point everything's copycat of Drake. Drake inspired it all. So at this point, so what I'm saying is a person who relies on the energy of what's new and what's younger, if he can't do that again, does that hurt the investment, or do you still say no because of what he did before? That's all that matters, not what he's going to do or what he has the expectations to do in the future.
So decent question. So the way how it works in the music business is that, first of all, any deal is going to be contingent on one important question: could they exploit your previous works? And if the answer is yes, Drake is gonna be the most. He's gonna get the biggest deal ever. Drake's catalog is the most elaborate catalog that Universal, or even he owns. Again, he owns everything from Scorpion. Remember, the way you get paid in music is not about potentially what you're gonna sell. Is can they exploit your catalog? Because the streaming game goes. Trust me, guaranteed Take Care is going to be in the top 50s this week. Guaranteed we're going to have Scorpion back in the top 50. Why? Drake has just dropped a new album. So being able to exploit the biggest music catalog of all time and the most successful one is going to already write the check. Keep in mind, whether you think that he's on the upside, he's still a very viable and still again, really top 1, but let's say top 3 overall streamer. Look at my boy Ben the Don. Hold on, let me see what Ben told me. What up, gang?
Hey, cuz, did you figure out how to open the necklace?
Oh, I did. Okay.
I was mad. I was gonna show you, but you got it. All right, you good?
Yeah, no. They were asking to see if I took the bitch off, but I'm like, yeah. They thought I was sleeping with it the whole time.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. I'm finna do my official album review right now.
Oh, hey, well, I told these people it's gonna take me at least a week. Like, I gotta break this shit down like a kilo.
See something, man. Till then, I'm gonna stay behind the scene, man. You know what I mean?
When you dropping your debut album?
Probably about a month or two.
Really? Nah, I'm for real. Word?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Nah, you should do it, bro. I'm telling you, nigga, you be snapping, but I can't wait to see how you navigate through people saying, bro, you should stop streaming and stop doing comedy and do this full time, because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, bro, I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear that at all, because it ain't happening.
Shit, but I ain't going to lie, nigga. You can rap, boy. You can rap.
Appreciate that, my boy.
All right, man. OVO shit, nigga.
All right, love, broski.
All right, bro.
All right.
Bend it down, my guy. My bad. Oh. Fuck, I lost a connection again. Yo, are we still on here? Are we still on here? Hello, Moto.
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I was trying to make the point. So this is how you get the biggest deals. So when people sign you, a lot of times they want to be able to exploit your music, right? We live in the age of streaming, right? So if you sign Drake, you get access somewhat, especially this is why Universal would give him the $1 billion. You get to continue to exploit even the ones he's licensed to, because he's licensed Scorpion, CLB, Dark Lane Demos. He's licensed For All the Dogs and Her Loss to UMG, even though he owns the masters. They continue to exploit that, which is probably making them hundreds of millions a year. So again, I know what you're saying, but it doesn't work like basketball. This is not like LeBron about to get signed. Like, should he get a max contract? No. The mere fact that Drake is doing these numbers currently and he has the biggest catalog, he gets to write his own check, right? And that check could only be leveraged or compared to two other people having their check, analyzed, which is three of them. The Weeknd, obviously, The Weeknd did this very crazy deal that we're going to have to compare at some point to what maybe Drake is going to get offered. But The Weeknd, remember, there was a $500 million situation, or was it $1 billion, where it was mostly around publishing, I believe. It wasn't a record deal. Not only that, we got to think about Taylor Swift. When Taylor Swift is officially a free agent, I don't know if I've ever told you guys the story. Hold on. Universal buys Taylor Swift masters. The story goes, so Universal, well, they're saying that Universal didn't do it, but it was part of the deal. Universal made sure it happened. So Universal basically made sure this $360 million masters went back to Taylor Swift. By the way, this happened in what year? This happened in 2019. If they were down to buy something or leverage it that she could get something for $360 million, do you think that 7 years later, where she's done so much tours, sold so much albums, you don't think they think she's $1 billion asset at this point? The point is this. Just like how the NBA teams are going up in value, the top 3 people, I'll say top 4, they're $1 billion artists. They are companies themselves. Drake is a company. Drake is a $1 billion artist. Bad Bunny is a $1 billion artist. And when I mean a $1 billion artist, if they ever were a free agent and they could take new masters to a company, they would be valued in the billions. And Drake is the first one that seemingly is going to exploit that to the max. Here's the difference between Drake and Bad Bunny, and actually all these artists and Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny has this really unique deal that he doesn't necessarily have to flex this independence because he hasn't really ever been in this traditional he's never been in this traditional record deal. And by the way, it's not with Universal, it's with Sony. So it's Sony Orchard, and that goes through Remus actually Entertainment. So Bad Bunny's in a position that he never has to be like, give me the B, right? Like he's probably just going to be like, all right, give me 200 mil, and they're going to add up. Why? He's not taking these overall huge deals that's going to be multi-album. He could dip anytime. He's one of the only people that can. Taylor Swift is in a lucrative, supposed to be at least long-term somewhat. Yes, she's $1 billion artist. If you want to engage her, if she's ever a free agent, and you want to lock her back in a contract, you're talking $1 billion. The Weeknd, I think you're also talking $1 billion. Now, you could try to add or subtract whatever to be like, oh, if it's $1 billion, they have to be in the 360, or it has to include touring, or blah, whatever you want to make it make sense. Those 4 artists, this is why I want to tell you how important they are. If Universal Music Group was going to get bought for $64 billion, their top 4 artists, which is Drake, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, The Weeknd. Those are all Universal artists. By the way, all of those artists are under Republic. They're under Republic, not Interscope, under Republic. Those artists, if the company is worth $64 billion, it's very safe to say that if you could start a random record label and get all 4 of those, that would definitely be worth more than $1 billion, $1 billion, $1 billion, $1 billion. Think about what they're worth. They're part of the reason why Universal is worth $64 billion, and they're the top 4 out of 5 streamers. We're not counting Bad Bunny, he's over at Sony. So if you think $1 billion is too crazy, the company's worth $64 billion, and I'm saying the top 4 people, you don't think each of them is worth $1 billion? You're smoking that crack cocaina, all right? So again, it's $1 billion games being played here, but here's the thing why the leverage is always in the favor of the machine. It's you never let them see the free agent market. That's the thing. Drake has done what a lot of people would have either been too scared to do or stalled it out and waited to get a deal secured with Universal. He dropped the project. He is technically and could be out of his deal. So now he's not a restricted free agent. He could be an unrestricted free agent, and the price goes up after that. Sorry for that long-winded response, but it gives you an understanding of why these artists are talking that B word.
That's a great response, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
What's good, Dak? I got a question, man. I'm gonna make this so short and sweet. Do you honestly believe at one point Drake would just cancel all negotiations and just go independent because he believed he has that power to do so?
I have to believe with how he dropped this project, it has to be a viable threat. And I have to believe that his partners at UMG actually believe it's a viable threat as well. Otherwise, I don't think this goes anywhere. But I think they're realizing he launched a situation that yes, he probably can't technically do a Frank Ocean because they've patched that method, but theoretically, he could follow up with something that's very devastating to the entire ecostructure, and it would show only weakness of UMG. So I do believe that it puts him in this unique position where he has ultimate leverage. Ultimate. Now, again, will he go independent? I don't see that happening, but it looked more like a possibility, even if he's fronting now, than it looked in any time before.
Yeah, I genuinely believe they'll throw $1 billion before he quit. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
Say again?
I genuinely believe that they'll actually give him $1 billion before he try to go independent.
Yeah,
What's
of
your
course.
thoughts
I
on
agree.
that?
I agree. I think the person who's going to give him the $1 billion is Universal. I think it's Universal.
Okay.
It's the best bet. But I wouldn't trust them after either, because you know what I mean. Even after the court case and everything, it's like, damn, bro, they gonna have to do a lot for the boy. They gotta do a lot.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see, man. It's coming down to it. I would say this next 12 months is gonna be interesting because here's the thing: while Drake has the ultimate leverage right now, it now puts, like, if you know anything about planes, I'm going to use a terminology or phrase that they use in flight. He's now in a holding pattern, I would believe. Because now that you've completed your requirements, using that leverage would not include much more drops until things get figured. Right? Like, you don't want to play your first game of basketball before you sign the basketball contract, right? Like, you don't want him to be like, oh, word, I thought he jumped out a little bit higher. No, nigga, whatever my leverage was, what you saw at the combine, what you saw wherever, that let's sign the deal off of that, and then let's play ball. So I would believe he's in a holding pattern now. I think things are much farther along than people might think, and I think a deal could be imminent. And I'm still giving it about a year, but it could be imminent.
I honestly didn't even think that in my mind, I was like, yo, he's just going independent. Like, that's the only route. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, with the empire he's built, it's like, why not? Because they got the funding. I mean, arguably, I would say OVO's probably fucking as big as Universal Music Group. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, funding wise, I don't know about all the fund, but I'm just saying, like, what is he need in my mind? Looking at it, I'm like, oh, what does he need the labels for? If he goes independent, he gonna flip the game over on his fucking head. But then I'm also thinking, well, who would he sign if he goes the Jay-Z route? If he goes and he still makes music, but he, you know, makes OVO into more of like a label. Like, okay, I'm gonna sign some artists. We're gonna really fund our own shit, give them better deals than the labels can give them. So it's like a catch-22 because I see on one side how he could really fuck the game up. But then on the other hand, I'm like, damn, well, he'll have to do it by himself, really, because I don't know who else he would really be able to sign under him or whatever. He got people that will rock with him in the game, friends, of course, but I mean, like, you know, people you would sign to a label type thing.
This is the best effort I think he's done in trying to explain that he's fighting a machine. And I definitely believe that people start rocking with him a little bit more just hearing the album. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh hell yeah, bro. I loved it. You know, me and you, because I'd never switch sides on Drake, so I could imagine when Iceman drops and you hear him talking that shit, it's like, yes, bro, fucking finally, yes. I'm so hyped, bro.
Yeah. So, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Hey,
Joe Budden.
Hey, by the way, I could do
Joe
like
Budden
3 more of
did.
these, man, and then I'm out of here, man. I feel like I've been on for like 12 hours now. Holy.
Nigga, please. You might have been.
No, it's not 12
Yeah, you
hours.
definitely been going for a minute, G.
Yeah, no. I got online at what time did I get online today?
It was like 9 a.m. You did like a 4-hour the first time, then like a 6-hour. You've been online.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, you kind of did 2 gambling streams.
Okay, all right. Let me get 4 more questions. 4 more questions. Come on.
Yo, what up?
Yo, what up?
Yo, this is boy Swag Man Joe. Shit, I just want to give you your flowers. Congratulations on everything you accomplished. Congratulations on since day one. Congratulations on being the number one in hip hop, which is no damn debate about that. Congratulations on meeting the boy. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much. Honestly,
And check your DM too. You talk about you always be checking DMs, my guy. You don't shit. I'm still on red. God damn.
hold on. I said I check the DMs. I don't say I open every DM. Like, brother, I gotta like still see certain things to respond to. No, I see every DM, every single DM. I see the people in the DM saying, "Nigga, I thought you said you checked your DM." Yes, I'm reading it. I didn't say I respond to every DM. That's the thing. I'm definitely watching or reading, but I'm not saying I respond to every single one. That's what I'll say.
All right, my God. Peace and blessings.
He said he answering questions.
Hey, yo,
Hey,
Act.
Hey, what up?
Yo. Wagwan, my brother.
What up, man? What you with?
One question. I know you've been talking about you going to Caribana. Can you let us know, let the people know if we should start working our flights for the OVO Fest this year or what, man?
Oh man. Hey, so you know I was gonna talk to Drake about that. I was like, yo, Drake, you did it. You dropped a fucking and I was talking to my team about it too. I said, yo, Drake put the album on the day of my show. Right? I'm like, I have a show locked in for the 31st, July 31st. That's Caribana. And I said, so now we're talking contingency plan. I'm like, if Drake, which OVO Fest hasn't happened for 2 years, if he brings back OVO Fest, my event is cooked. So I'm like, yo, I should just ask the guy, like, yo, bro, is OVO Fest going on this year? You know what I mean? Like, because now I'm gonna have to. And I was even thinking. So I was talking to my team. I'm like, we should ask the venue if we could turn into a day event, because right now it's a night event. I'm like, we might have to. But I think the easiest thing is just asking Drake, like, yo, bro, are you doing OVO Fest?
Yes.
But I don't want to. I also don't want people, like, I don't want to ruin his announcement if he's gonna make one. I don't know if he's doing it. So, like, you know, I'm gonna try to figure out
Don't
what's
say
best
that
for
and
our
just
event.
change the date if it happens.
Well,
No, keep the date so you stay honest to his release. But
no.
once he releases his date, cancel or at least change it for
No,
us.
OVO Fest isn't 1 day. It's like the whole weekend, bro. So it's like the
That's
whole.
right.
It would have been
That's
the whole
right.
Caribana weekend. So if you look on the calendar, so on the calendar in July 31st is the Friday. The way how OVO Fest works is 3 nights, and he usually closes the full night on Sunday, but the 31st would be the first night of Caribana. So we have the first night of Caribana, but if OVO Fest gets announced, it's going to be for the whole weekend. He's going to have a line. He would have had a lineup for the Friday. He would have had a lineup for the Saturday. And sometimes he pops up on both nights. And then, you know, that's the reason why it's OVO Fest. It's kind of like Dreamville Fest, except is Dreamville Fest 1 day? All I know is OVO Fest is multiple days. We could look back at it. Look, OVO
Who cares
Fest
about
20,
Dreamfest?
2030.
Fuck it, man. It sound like we doing both.
Yeah. So when you look at the old OVO Fest, it would tell you, like, yeah, it goes from, like, it has a whole thing. Sunday, well, this one went into Monday, but yeah, it's a whole weekend thing. It's not like one like event. So, you know, obviously I'm taking into account that, and if look, see this one, what was this one here? Okay, yeah. So Friday he had Chris Brown and Lil Baby. Last time, and then he had the Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj Young Money reunion as well. And then on the Thursday, he had it was a Canadian day, I think. So, you know, we'll see. We don't know if he's bringing OVO Fest back yet. I would think this is the right timing. Yo, the city has shown him so much love. It would make sense. Like, it would make sense.
I mean, from my perspective, it'd be a missed opportunity if he. I mean, he's the GOAT right now, but it'd be a missed opportunity to capitalize on, especially if he gets the number one. What better way to reward the city with
Hold on.
likely be the best OVO Fest in years.
I'll also say this: if we're gonna do something the 31st, no matter what, if he does announce OVO Fest, I'll work with, you know, somebody from OVO and we'll make it something, not necessarily collab, but like, you know, it would be something where, you know, we're going to OVO City anyway, so it'll be blessed. You know what I mean? It'll definitely be somewhere where we're considered in all the weekly or weekend happenings, you know?
Yeah. Well, appreciate it, Ak. Thanks for answering the question. Talk to you, man.
No doubt, no doubt. Thank you.
Hey, Act, we have a couple people that's been lined up in the queue, and I know you about to go. I would want to try to do a rapid fire question thing real quick, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to even do that. But we got like about 4 people up here that want to ask questions. How long you could stay, Act? I know you about to go.
We'll get through all 4. Come on.
All right.
I want to close out my. It's Stony. I'll be the last person because my question is not even a question.
I know we got a chat queen that just popped up. Go ahead and chat queen. Go ahead and ask your question real quick.
I'm okay. I just wanted to say, hey, Ak.
Hey, how are you doing?
It's the first time I'm speaking to you, and
really?
I'm one of your chat queens.
Oh,
and I'm
thank you
happy
so
to
much.
be here, and I enjoy your content.
Oh, I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's
All right, next.
Next person.
BTA, where you at? Come on, BTA. Come on,
What's
my boy,
good?
BTA.
Good, Ak. How you been, man?
What's good?
I was gonna say, do you think "Don't Worry" is the 2026 Mars Room? Because I keep hearing "Don't Worry" and I think it's slept on as far as like a song because everybody listen, to the rap and whatnot. I feel like "Don't Worry" and "Classic" are like my 2 favorite like R&B type joints.
Ask me this question next week. You know me. I'm always checking out the things. So like, I'm looking at when they put a little status shit and they put a song with it. I'm starting to take note. I'm doing a little poll right now. I'm trying to see which of the songs that's kind of working. But yeah, I mean, I still haven't really locked in on those songs. I've locked in on these songs when I'm singing it in the intro. I haven't sung those songs on the intro. I'm still on the pop shit records. But shit, we're gonna see. So ask me next week on that. Let's table that one.
Classic is on I think Habiti, and "Don't Worry" is on Iceman.
Yeah. We're gonna see.
Clear. All right, next question. Come true. Quick.
Hey, one thing for clear. One thing you should do. A suggestion is we should announce that all chat niggas that got questions, they go on Twitter in the community and post their questions. So when you ain't doing nothing, you just scrolling. You can go through Twitter and answer their questions.
Yeah, we should have like a Q&A portion, right? Like, and even like maybe some of these questions could kind of get vetted because like if you guys have like, especially like questions that a lot of people are thinking about, and obviously when I'm streaming and sometimes I'm not looking at maybe the right stuff, I might not answer a simple question that I could have been answered. So yeah, we should probably, whether it's we have like a little upvote on Twitter with people liking it, like damn, he should answer this, or it could even be on Discord, but you guys could pick.
We could vet it and I could send you a list and you go through the list.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, next up. Who up next?
Let's go, Claire. You'll go.
That's a good idea, TJ. What's up, Big Act? I
How you
didn't really have a
doing?
question. I just wanted to say what's up.
Oh.
Show love. Nothing bigger than the chat, man. I don't think they're ready for Drake to dominate the top of the charts like he has been for the last 10, 15 years. So that's gonna be their sadness. But yeah, man, keep doing your thing, and we lit, man. The chat lit.
No, I appreciate you guys. Hey, listen, I'm excited just for the year to come and people to be back having fun. Music to like just music to be a little bit more fun, right? And I think this is gonna help. It's gonna go a long way in people just kind of like just enjoying music. Like I seen this one guy on Twitter, like the guy's like he's like trying to bring the wokeness back. I'm like, whoa, stay with the dot era with that shit. Like music, obviously music could have messages behind it. There's a long list of things that music could stand for, but at sometimes we get fatigued. We just want to have some fucking fun. And right now, just hearing the plethora of music that Drake put out, I think this is a good space for everybody to be in. Everybody has a pocket they could pick from. And man, I'm just excited that people are kind of enjoying music. And we all we did a whole stream talking about music. I like that. Except for the Myron part. Like the Myron part was the debate, right?
They want us twerking to activist music in the club, man. Shit's ridiculous, man. Drake on top, man.
Yeah, they want you with a dictionary, like at 29 on stage.
They want y'all crep walking.
Scammy, I thought you had a question. We have Scammy Pum Pum was said you want a question. I don't know. Scammy, you got a question?
That's her name, Scammy Pum.
Yeah,
Yes.
Scammy Pum Pum. You know Scammy.
I know Scammy still, but like I didn't. Since when y'all added the Pum Pum to her name?
Hey, she in act chat, Bridget. You know, man, said she have to respect the yard thing, isn't it, man? So yeah. We have another one coming up. Who up next? Get me on the.
Wait, is Scammy
Go
not
ahead,
here?
brother. Scammy, where you there, Scammy?
She might have stepped away from the mic. She been waiting for a while.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
cause she been said she wanted to ask, but we got her still.
Who else?
All right, who up next? Who up next? Come fast.
Get me on.
Man, let us know what's next, man. We did New York, we
Hey,
did
hold
Miami.
on,
Where we
hold on,
at
Claire.
next?
Is get me on up here. If he's not, then we're gonna move on to the next person. If not,
Well,
then I'll be the last, and we can sing act.
I got
So
one more
that
person coming up. I was it a big hold on. Forward quick.
Yo, yo.
Yo, what up, bro?
Am I able to be heard? Yo, what's up? Okay. Real quick. What do you think the whole point of the whole like we don't trust you rollout is now? Like from what I understand is like kind of like just like listening to you was like that was a whole attack, you know, on Drake, kind of from his own inner city, from like XO and like everybody who, that like Playboy Cardi getting pulled off the track last year, Cash now representing, I think he manages like all of the rollouts for Futures albums, Metro, whatnot. How does Drake do a song with Future after all of that? I personally don't get it, but I would like to know what you think.
You've asked a very important question, and I think it's a really good question. Even some other people who we talked about the Future thing, this is what I won't understand, right? So, is there still an issue with this XO thing and OVO? Because
well, can I ask a second question off that?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a better one. They just made this track, right? And from I've heard you say this one time when Drake and Future made that song with Thames,
Yeah.
right? There was kind of like beef going on there,
Yeah.
right? Like it was kind of. Is it? Are Drake and Future tight like they were like when they made what Time to Be Alive, or is it more like that Thames track?
Again, I have the same. I'm giving you credit for the questions because I have the same questions. Here's what I was trying to explain. So there's been tension with OVO and XO. If you listen to a lot of the diss songs, even going back to Family Matters, there's a lot of disses going at XO, going to Abel, going to Cash. Cash owns XO. Cash has this, they have a not only is XO a label, they also have a phenomenal management company, Future, signed to that.
Exactly.
Right, so Future is in the mix. You get Playboy Cardi, who's also kind of in the mix of that XO crowd because he just went on tour with The Weeknd. So here's where I kind of I'm confused about, not confused, but like I do have a question to say. How much could you not only trust Future, but also how much could this truce be real if essentially Future is going to still fall on that opposite side that, that's even bigger than Kendrick, which I would imagine is the XO situation, that doesn't like or appreciate Drake, right? So, is Future going to be able to navigate this like, okay, when you're with XO or you're getting managed by them, cool, or you're with The Weeknd, it's cool. But when you're rocking with Drake, they're like, man, why? I don't know. It's kind of odd to see.
But I mean, like to me, it's just like they had two, not just one album. They had two albums. They had a song. Yeah. The intro to the second "We Don't Trust You" album was literally like The Weeknd and Future kind of dancing on his grave. The Weeknd was dissing Drake straight off that album. It was a coordinated attack from that entire label. Now Drake is just doing a song with Future. It makes no sense to me in my mind. I think it's soft. I think it's as soft as J. Cole dropping out of the beef. I think it's kind of pussy. I don't know. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just the hypocrisy of the game, I guess, that I don't understand, but who knows?
it's a lot of politics at play,
Yes,
and I
yes.
don't know how it all works out because then you hear, well, that got fixed by Big Bank and 21, but then you hear, well, did 21 have something going on with Future because they subliminally I don't know, bro. It's really tricky. It's really tricky, and then
Hey,
it kind of comes across like, are these guys even friends or they're just trying to get a record off?
all right. I also thought that, because like at the end of the day, Future and Drake are probably what the two hottest rappers. So like, of course, they gotta do a song with each other. But
It
all
might
right,
just be
I'll go.
business. It might
All
just
right,
be
thank you,
business.
boss.
You're welcome,
All
brother.
right, next up.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Okay.
Heck, I just want to thank you, man, for how you articulate yourself in these debates. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, someone who can keep their composure and stuff during some of this, negative stuff that's being said and stuff with Chud and stuff like that. I appreciate that you articulate yourself well so you get heard. You know what I'm saying? And get to share your side. You know what I'm saying? Because we, obviously we agree with you.
Yeah, no. Well, I think it's very important to be Let me tell you this: if you're debating like a guy like even Sneeko sounds really intelligent when he frames that the average Black American doesn't have a control of the English language and uses the Ebonics or just can't use logic and reason. That's just not true. So, when you have these debates with them, you can't let ignorance jump out. You can't let frustration, even if they're not getting your point, jump out. And you'll get to realize just over time, like, you know, you'll get to the root of whatever, whether it's just a lack of care for the Black plight or Black people, but you got to do it in an eloquent way. There's, the easiest way, and even Chud was kind of getting at this, they like to make it seem like because we're Black, we're stupid, or they try to separate us and be like, well, you have the smart Blacks and then the stupid Blacks and the stupid. No, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I like getting into these kind of back and forth, especially about a blanket topic. I think Chud is something that, whether you're a Harvard graduate or if you're a goon in the streets, like, yeah, he's talking about both of us, right? So, it's a good topic to kind of weed out the racist because, a racist is going to try to still hide behind, oh, well, you know what? Well, Chud is using free speech or he's only doing it to why certain Blacks can't control themselves. And they try to flip it in different ways. But this is why you use logic and chop them down every time, right? Use logic and chop them down. And I think, I'm going to be honest with you, like, I think we've done decent. We've done decent so far. But it's continue to have the conversation. Like, there's a lot of people with some of these things that because they feel they come across a little bit more educated, they put forth a lot of rhetoric that is, it's, not only ignorant, it pains me to see Sneeko, who uses the word nigga, basically being able to quickly disassociate with anything that has to do with caring about Black people or their previous struggle, and it's not about victimhood. They have talking points like, oh no, so you're defending victimhood. No. We're just saying that other people's pain is sacred and Black people's pain should be sacred too. What's the problem? Right? Like, you guys talk and rant and rave all day about Israel and Palestine, but I think what's going on here with people that look like you, that share similar identities to you, should matter a lot more. And if you think you have some type of Blackness and you live in this country, I don't see how you could ignore their plight, but you're all up on the fucking ass crack of Palestine. No disrespect to Palestine, but it's like, some of these guys, they associate and disassociate with their own identity at times. So, you kind of just do it logically. And debating is a skill that I like, actually. It doesn't matter what it is. So I do like debate. So hopefully you guys are proud of, and you might disagree with
That's
me.
that bull in you.
Huh?
That's that bull in you.
Yeah, you gotta get it in. You gotta get it in. So.
All right, Mojo, we have like three more questions. Like, I know you gotta go, but the chat appreciates you, my brother, cause you ain't been around, so you don't know. Yo,
Of course.
Mojo, hurry up and go real quick, and then we got a couple more.
Mojo, what up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, what's up? I was like, I'm in the Middle East, and then it's like 4 or 5, almost 5
Oh wow,
p.m.
you're in the Middle East?
And like I'm a big, yeah, I'm in the Middle East, and I'm like biggest fan of you. I've been watching you since forever, since like day one. I'm
Oh,
just a huge fan of. I just want to appreciate you and how the episode 4 came out, and that album is amazing. It's fire.
by the way,
No
are
skips.
you in the armed forces or no?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you in the military?
No, 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 no. I'm actually Middle Eastern.
Oh, you're actually originally from there. Oh, I thought like you were stationed there or something. Like, oh wow. Do you mind saying what country?
Mojo, you still there?
Tell him to pull his thing, the side of his phone down. His speaker went out again.
Mojo. Oh man.
That nigga surveys on.
He
All
way
right,
in the Middle
we
East. It's
gotta give
going
it to
down
somebody
over
else.
there too, so you already know.
We gotta give it to somebody else.
Oh, I
All
didn't
right,
know. I
Gotta
didn't
hit
know
him
he
with
was
another
natively
missile.
from there.
hey, Megatron, go ahead, Megatron, unmute, Megatron.
That goes scam.
Megatron, you there?
All right,
Oh
scam,
man.
scam.
Yo,
Scammy.
did you
I don't know what's going on.
can I ask this question real quick?
Hey, what's
All
up?
right, go ahead, Scissor.
All right, yo, Act, did you see the what's that video called? The video?
Say again.
Did you see the Make Them Remember video? Yeah.
Well, I watched everything because it was on the episode, but I'm not too. I probably don't remember a particular part. Do you? Are you referring to it?
Do you remember the what is it, 1 minute and 40 seconds in with that girl? And he was talking about the LeBron lyrics.
Make them remember.
The one with the all
Do you
white?
think that has anything to do with it, or is that a reach?
Well, okay. You said 1 minute and what?
40 seconds.
I shouldn't even be shocked to see you in that arena because you always made your career off of switching teams.
Oh, okay. I know who you.
You see how he smiled at the camera and shit? Like, do you think that's like a coincidence or not?
Yo, all right.
Can you
Next
hear me?
question. Next question. Next question.
That's funny as shit.
Next question.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
can I go?
is Scammy there?
I never connect. Yo, I didn't know that's what was played at that time. Next question.
Emmy not there. Next question.
LeBron lives another day, man. LeBron lives another
Emmy's
day.
not here. She's not answering.
All right,
Can I
two
go?
new.
I can come back.
Yo, I'll
Mojo,
be
are you
quick.
there?
I just want to say, hey, congrats, Act, on being number one again, from Complex Rating. And also,
Appreciate you.
just off, on behalf of the chat, also congrats to the chat, man. We up there again. We always gonna be supportive. We always here for you.
No.
Nothing bigger than the chat.
No.
Nothing
Thank you
bigger.
guys, and I hope you guys realize in all these moments, we always see like I'm Jamaican, so we call it bod mind. We see like people jealous, this and third, and they'll even ask, how does Act get blah blah. It's like it's you guys. Like what they won't realize is like it's the power of the chat. Like you guys have empowered our platform to compete with whether it's Joe Button Podcast, Vlad TV, The Breakfast Club. And when we get awarded and they say, hey, listen, you guys are number one. Yeah, of course, I try to do my part. But like if I was just if a tree fall in the woods and nobody's around to hear it or amplify it, they wouldn't give a damn. Like if our if our voice and our platform didn't move shit around and we weren't significant and it starts from the chat, we would never be number one, right? So I don't want you guys for a minute to think that, okay, we're awarded number one and it's just because Ack is just like a good broadcaster. No, it's because we've built this where they see it. These artists, they like it could be the biggest or the smallest. They need to be aligned with what we have going on. That's how we've cultivated this thing here. So, I'm glad you guys are proud of me, but you should be proud of yourself too. This is a long time in the making, and whatever they claim that I represent in terms of influence, that's because they see the influence with you guys. So it's a collective win, and I'm actually. I was a little bit shocked that we're the first people to get awarded it twice. So, we're gonna get a lot of hate, but now we got to think about how do we get it a third time, right?
We going for the three-peat. Yeah, we going
Gotta
for the
get it.
three-peat. Come
Gotta
on, you
That's
get
already
it.
know what's going
right.
on.
Gotta get it.
Yeah.
Can I
All right,
just ask
next
you a quick
question.
one?
Next question. Real quick. Go ahead, Lord Megatron.
Megatron, go ahead.
Hey, happy belated birthday, dude. I hope you're doing well, man. Love
Oh,
from
thank
South
you.
Africa.
Thank you. Oh wow,
I
South
just wanted
Africa.
to ask you, since Drake dissed Jay Z, right? Jay Z's rebuttal or response is probably going to be like, "Oh, nigga, I owe my shit, I owe my masters, etc." My question to you was, how come that rule is kind of only valid for like hip hop artists? Like, I don't see like because you answered one of my questions earlier about Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny, The Weeknd. How come artists like those aren't really too concerned with getting their masters back? And then my last question to you was, since you say Drake noticed all the love that fans have been giving him, so South Africa is kind of like one of the countries that a lot of international artists completely miss when they do like world tours. So my question to you is, if you could just whisper to Drake something like, "Yo, just go through Apple charts or Spotify charts by country and like the countries that you kind of don't go to on your world tour, check out because he's the biggest artist in our country, stream wise, right, or numbers wise. So just like let that nigga know, like, yo, there's other countries that you haven't been on tour to, and they really checking for you."
By the way, I haven't talked to him about touring. I'm pretty sure some tour will get announced soon. I will say though, I think he was trying to do that when he did go on the Europe tour and then he went to Australia. He's definitely trying to touch those countries internationally, and obviously, like South Africa. Obviously, he should definitely pop out there. I have to believe it's in the plans when he goes international again. I mean, I'll try to whisper in his ear. Definitely pause. But I'll try to do that. What was your other question? Your other question was about
My other question was, Jay-Z's gonna tell him like, "Yo, I own my masters. You're a slave." So my question is like, why is that rule not true for people like Taylor Swift, right? Who UMG like allowed her to record all of her own music. Oh, and this also just popped up. Do you think if he gets the $2 billion deal, that UMG will ever allow him to buy his masters back from them?
No. You can't do the Michael Jackson equivalent. Back in the day, they made some deals with Michael Jackson that luckily they were able to salvage. I will say this. Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Never mind. I will say this. I don't think Jay-Z would respond to Drake in a simplest fashion as you said. I think Jay-Z is also a strategist. He's also a war veteran. I think Jay-Z is gonna more than respond. First of all, he's not gonna respond on some. All right, let's do a diss song battle. He's gonna respond in a long, drawn out verse, maybe on a Khaled record, just like how he did Gods did, or maybe it's on a song with I don't know, Pusha T. It's gonna be somebody from Rock Nation. When he responds, he's gonna attempt to be scathing, and he's gonna get into really nuances of not only trying to shit on Drake and trying to sun him, but trying to also like paint a picture kind of in the same brush with the same brush that Kendrick did. I still think he looks at Drake and doesn't think Drake. He has similar sentiment as Kendrick and says, "You're not like culture like me. I'm culture. I'm Jay. Like black people, they see me when they see rap. When they see rap, they see success. They see me. They don't see you." And I think he's gonna do it in a very clever way. However, let's get to your next point. Your point was about masters. I mean, masters are important on every level. Again, until you get to that point where these artists get to a label, they either wouldn't sell your label, but sell you your masters back. These artists are in really unique spots. Let's say, first of all, rap artists put out more records than non-rap artists. So Drake has dropped, let's say, since 2020, CLB, Dark Lane Demos, Her Loss, some sexy songs for you, for all the dogs. That's 6 projects he's dropped in literally 6 years. That's a project per year technically, and now this is the 7th, which is going to be, well, actually not 7. It's going to be 10. So again, when you think about masters, Taylor Swift, obviously she's been on a re-recording stint, but in reality, Taylor Swift is she doesn't have that many records, and that's why her masters, she probably, now she owns her masters, but it probably took a while for her to get to that point to be able to have the leverage to ask for those masters back because it took a while. Drake, just like why Future sold his masters, Future's gonna drop like 5 records in the next like 4 years, and he's gonna make a new catalog. So again, rappers have a little bit unique perspective on creating these masters and adding on to the catalog. But I will say the reason why it matters in for these particular artists is that they're huge artists, right? Like they
But
have all
let me
the
ask you this
leverage in the
thing, right?
world. Say again?
How come, like, when Drake, for example, wants to go independent, like the narrative would be like, oh, something mysterious will happen to him, like he'll just magically fall, get hurt, or die, whatever. Michael